won TGCTours Rookie Design Contest playthrough review. Today we're at Chiang Mai, Thailand. I have played this course before. I think it was in Crazy Canuck 1985's Society was one of his events. So I have a bit of an idea of what I'm getting into, but I'm still gonna just play it the way I normally would. We're gonna go black tees, tee set 2. So first thing I'm noticing straight away is definitely kind of more of a kind of a tie setting, a bit of that gazebo kind of thing to the right. Not entirely sure what that is. Lots of planting. It looks quite nice. If we look down at the hole, it's just way downhill. Are we out of bounds? We are. So we don't want to go right. Interesting hole to open up with. A drivable par 4. It's a good thing this isn't in real life, otherwise people would be waiting forever to get going, but I don't mind this as a choice. Bunkers here, some interesting planting going on. I'm just going to take a crack at it. I'm just straight first swing, haven't swung yet. Just going to go out her cold and see what we get. So it's online, at the pin at least. How's this going to work out? Oh, bounces to the right, fair enough. Keeps going. Okay, so on the green, it's a pretty decent sized green, which makes sense for a drivable par 4. For layup, I guess, yeah, there's some options there. As long as you're confident not hitting it to the right, seems to me like it's a relatively obvious go for it. There is some red on the green. It does funnel off. If we're looking at it from head on to the left there, it goes to the back and to the left. And yeah, there's kind of the middle that funnels down a bit too. It's a bit of a backstop, which would be handy for a middle pin. I do like the fencing around the cliff there down towards the water, and it kind of seems to serve a dual purpose. One, it keeps you from falling in, and it also, I imagine, marks the out of bounds that we saw earlier. So very neat. Very good hole. Let's see what kind of putting we brought with us today. Well, not short. I'm putting at 166 green, so not outrageously quick, but not slow either. Let's see, we'll go over here. You gonna stay up? Good job. Okay. Made that a little bit harder than it needed to be, but we're still off with birdie, which is what you're looking for there. That pin would have been tough to get close to for an eagle for sure. It was pretty tucked, and again, the slopes weren't helping. Now we've got ourselves a pretty decent par 3 here. That's cool on the mountainside there, or hillside, I guess. It's not really a mountain. How we've got those shack kind of things, and we've got a bit of a path going up there, which is neat. Are we out of bounds on the right again? No, this time we're not. So if we go down here, we're either gonna go into the water, which to be honest is gonna more or less be out of bounds unless it lets us drop way over there, or we're gonna be in all this vegetation, which doesn't look appealing. So 180, yeah, okay. Reasonably narrow green. It's a longish hole. That's again gonna be a tough pin to get at with this length of shot, but it's framed really nicely. I mean, the vibe that you're going for is very definitely there. I mean, I'm enjoying that quite a bit. Did I fatten? No, well, a little bit. All right, what do we got here? We've kept it out of the junk, so we're happy about that, but not a spectacular shot. Yeah, that looks cool with the background, and then if you're putting the other way, you'd be looking at that, which is really nice as well. So there's a lot of care been put into this plot, into creating some really cool views. Oh, little edge burner there. Okay. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, I gotta be honest. You've got a nice, easy opener, and then a par 4, or sorry, par 3 that's not easy. This is a really cool view. You can just see so much of the plot, and just the way it's framed with that water, the way that the holes over here, the planting on the sides. Yeah, I'm liking this. This is cool. And then, hang on, what is that a dock down there? Yeah, it is. Huh. Yeah, that's cool. Now, what do we do here? Because we're going downhill quite a ways. We're downwind. Does driver go right through? It could. On that line, I think it does. But then is it going to slope over? Well, only one way to find out, I suppose, right? Oh yeah, that's gone. Unless it bounces hard left and comes back down. Okay. Oh, you little bugger, you stayed there. Huh. Okay. Yeah, maybe 3 wood was the play there. I do like the way that that slope though. It makes sense it would slope towards the water as well. It makes all the sense in the world. The green complex here. Yeah, I mean for the length of shot, the bunkers are kind of hidden. I don't mean like, well, can I see them from here? Kind of. They're just kind of understated with the rest of that stuff there. We got a pin or green in the background. That's kind of neat. Got the bridge there. We're not hitting a pitch. I could see, boy, yeah. Pay attention to what your yardage is, because I could see somebody hitting it onto the wrong green easily if they did what I just did and went, I'm not pitching it, and then they get that. That would be kind of funny, actually. Let's see. I don't think this makes it, but don't really want to go up another club. Slow. Whoa. Easy now. Okay. Alright. So, again, the green. That back left would be fun, especially the way it's funneled off. False front at the front. Yeah, there's definitely been some thought into how this green's gonna play. I might need to be a bit careful here that I don't run this off into oblivion. I yipped that. It's still gonna go in. That's crazy. I literally, my thumb yipped as I went to move forward, and somehow with that really horrible line, it went downhill and went in. Alright, so we're heading back up the hill now, so this makes sense. I did play a course earlier where everything was downhill. If we go down, we should be coming back up. So we've got a way uphill par 5. Again, it's nicely framed. I like this stuff right in front of the tee. It doesn't make you not able to see the fairway, although it does kind of hide this, which is a little bunkery kind of thing, I guess. But we should be getting past that. Big bounce, bigger bounce. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, in the wind, maybe that comes into play a little bit more, but there it didn't. Okay, what do we got short here? Interesting. I mean, if you're in the rough, that comes into play, I think. If you're not, you're kind of wondering why it's there. So I think what this is really doing is if you're in the rough, you're not going to get there. It's forcing you to really lay up, not just smash it up as far as you want. Okay, I can absolutely handle that. So we're 56 feet uphill, but we're downwind. Boy, 56 feet is, what is that? 19 almost yards? Just shy of 19 yards. Well, let's see if we can get some help from the wind and scoot it up there. almost. I didn't really want to go long. It didn't look appetizing. The green, it's a par 5 and it's a reachable par 5, so you'd expect it to be a bit more challenging, and it is. Although this back area, everything funnels to the hole, so it does kind of help you run one up there, which I like. And then there's the false front again. This bunker on the left is looking pretty evil, which is cool. You could make a slight argument for it being, smooth just a hair, but I'm not sure about that. I think it's fine how it is. And then on the right, you've got all this vegetation that you're really not going to want to have any part of. So, and it's a well-designed hole. This hole there was really a lot of thought put into all 3 shots. You can't just necessarily smash it and smash it again. I mean, if you're not in the fairway, you're going to need to lay up probably. And if it's into the wind, I'd be curious how that played too. Now for this, I think I'm gonna just let this dribble down. Yeah, okay, that works. I could have seen big danger in my future there, so we'll take that. Good start. Okay, 5th. Okay. Very, very. How long is this? It's only 401. Okay. We're downhill off the tee. It looks like it's sloping. Is it? I mean, it kind of looks like the farther up you go, it slopes left to right, but not sure. Bunkery down here. Could hit it onto the other tee, I suppose, but not much point. This hole looks like a layup, really. Just hit it back here, and you're still not going to have very much in. Oh, that's going to need to sit. Sit. Okay, so I've just demonstrated there how not to lay up. If you're laying up short of the trouble, lay up short of the trouble. Don't just go and hit it into the trouble. Okay, anyways. A little bit uphill here. It's a plateaued green. It's not a very long shot. If you're in the fairway, you should be able to stop it very easily. The background with the waterfall and that, I guess we'll call that a pond. It's a pretty decent sized pond, but yeah. This is a pin that it looks like you're sloping right, so if you push this a bit, you could be going down on a bit of a mountain hiking trek down to get your ball. I do like how a lot of the greens are very close to each other too. That's pretty cool. So what are we going to do here? We need to hit. You don't want to go long here either, but you don't want to be short. I'm going to have to bail over here, I think. Just because I don't know how far this is going to go. And now kick right. Okay, well, back left pin I would have been laughing, but not back left. So now what do we got? Okay, it's not quite as severe as I thought it was gonna be. Maybe over this way a tad. Maybe not quite so much. Keep going. Okay. Yeah, from the rough there, that's not a bad effort on this one. No, I don't think it is. Good thing I moved it back. Yeah, hitting that one into the rough of par is not, I'm not going to be upset with that at all, with that pin position at least. Wasn't a whole lot of room to be messing around, and it could have gotten a long way from the green if I missed it, so. Wow, look at this. This is cool. I like the way this is framed, the way the trees, then the hillside is there. We're going way downhill. We're into the wind. Boy, I'm not sure which way to go. What's the green looking like? So if we're coming at it from the right, we probably have a better angle. But we also have less of a chance of hitting the fairway, maybe. Let's see. This looks like a course you'd need to play a couple times to get a sense of how to play it. If this kicks left, it should be fine. It was into the wind. Wasn't thinking about that as much as I should have been. Okay. So now we're downhill a bunch still. We're into the wind, but the miss here is short. Nice bunker there on the right to catch, to kind of narrow up the run-up area. Does that, yeah, so there is an opportunity to run it down to the right if you need to. I'm not convinced this is going to get there, but don't want to be long, so I don't mind just being a shade short. I slowed it so it got pushed a bit. Skirt it, nah. Alright. I was okay with being here. It was always an option. Splash one on. It should release a little bit with that hill. Yeah, okay. Could see how one could make eagle there, but you'd need to hit 2 really good shots, which is how a par 5 should play. Yeah, cool hole. Alright, so we got some waterfalls in the background. I hope my PlayStation doesn't take off here with all this visual stuff going on, but yeah, this is just a really cool look, this whole thing. It's the kind of course I'd want to go play in real life because it's spectacular the way it looks. I don't have quite the critical eye for sculpting that others might, but you could say that's maybe a bit steep, but I'm not that bothered about it. I'll do one flat tee check. Yeah, this is cool. And this is a rookie design contest. That's a rookie design course. Sorry, that just blows my mind. Somebody's come up with this at this early on in their designing. Narrow, like very long, narrow green. That thing's what, 50 yards long at least, 50 yards deep. Again, bunkering. There's some interesting bunkering here where it's kind of cut into this vegetation-y kind of scrub grass kind of land, and then you've got some more. Yeah, this bunker I'm not as sold on, but it kind of looks like it's almost there to catch balls from going on the hill, although on the short pin you're going to go down there. So this one's got a bit of bathtub going on it. Yeah. Wow, that's slow, eh? Well, we're going to visit a bunker by the looks of things. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, we are. Okay. Yeah, a bit of a bathtub thing going on there. Now this vegetation becomes a problem because I can't see what I'm doing. I gotta be honest. Oh, if I zoom in, I guess I'm okay. Be nice if that vegetation didn't get in the way, though, of being able to play the shot. Like, being able to see myself playing the shot. Okay. Nice little par. Now we got ourselves a short par 3. This is cool, too. Kind of in what I expect might be the corner of the plot. Although it's the 8th hole, so unless we're going out and coming back. This is kind of severe. But you know what? For the length of the hole, I can live with it. Although I wouldn't be upset with this being fairway to have it just roll right down into the bunker. I don't want it to stop on there. I don't know if it will. Here the sculpting is a little bit, yeah, you could smooth that just a hair. And here too a little bit. Okay. Just a touch fast. That last slow kind of freaked me out a little bit. You gonna no? All right. And then for the green, kind of saw it before. Oh, that pin is that. Yeah, I don't like that pin as like not as a criticism, just as a I don't want to be putting down this hill. That's yeah, that's a tough one. Because we're on kind of a yellow, I guess. It's bordering on being orange. So this is a challenging green. It's hard to see where you're gonna have 4 flat spots for pins. Maybe that's what he was going for, but yeah, we're gonna back off a little bit here because I could see this going a long way. We're just gonna trickle it down there. It's starting to gain speed. It's caught the hole, and it's still going. That was harsh. Definitely want to be short. Going long on that hole is no good. I'm not sure what I think of that. It's a short enough hole that you should be able to control that. And I think I mentioned this a previous hole. This looks like a course you'd want to play a couple times to get a hang of it. This isn't one where you just kind of rock up and go at it, because it looks like there's some areas that you got to figure out the play. So it's short enough that I could have hit something to make sure I didn't go past the pin the way I did. At the same time, I'm like, what was I, 20 feet or something, and I'm hitting it 9 feet past, and I was trying not to hit it past. Like I was just tickling it down there, and it still went back by quite a bit. So I'm not sure. All right, par 5 here. If we hit it to here, we're gonna have about okay. So the angle's making this play longer, obviously. We've got the water. It's very tight right in this area. The layup to it's actually really tight where you would potentially think of hitting a 3-wood, which is interesting. So if you're laying up, you're gonna have to hit an iron of some kind. With it being downhill, we should be able to get driver over it. Ooh, very fast. And again, we're bailed. Yeah, that shouldn't even get off the ground. But the way the game is this year, I guess. So, and because we've gone so far left, we've given ourselves a lot longer shot in, which is, I guess, a penalty that maybe evens out the fact that ball should never have gotten off the ground. But okay, now we're into the wind. If I want to lay up, where am I going? Because there's no, like, I've got to go over here, I guess. So I'm hitting a wedge. If I want to lay up, I'm hitting a wedge basically to hit another one. Yeah, I'd rather not. That's maybe my only complaint about this hole, is that I've seen this before in real life where it's 2 wedges if you don't go for it, and I don't like that. Of course, we're going for it, so makes that a moot point. We're not going to get there because of the wind. Could have tried driver, I suppose. Yeah, I don't. Into the wind, that hole. I wasn't really. I don't really feel like I had a good option. I had a crappy option and then a worse option. And we're not even gonna get up there. Okay. Alright, so we'll make par. Yeah, like visually quite a spectacular hole, but design-wise, I think a layup, a different way of laying up would have been better. Having said that, had I kept it more to the right, I wouldn't have had to worry about it. So, oh, look at this for a stunner. Wow, we got 5. Is that 5 waterfalls? Wow, you went bananas with that. Just very not tropical. What's the word? East Asian, jungle, I guess, kind of theme. Let's see. We can smash a driver down here. Do we want to? I don't know. It might not be the smart move. but I've never been accused of being a smart player, so what is it to that tongue there? Yeah. If you lay it back here, you're gonna leave yourself like, you know, 1/40th by 40th by the time it's done running. That's the shot. Not really any need to go and bomb a driver down there and bring trouble into play. So yeah, it rolls out to 262. We've got 150 in there. That's fine. The green. Ooh, we're perched everywhere. So you're not running this one in. And if you don't get your distance right, you could have problems. That rock wall well, it's just a massive rock, isn't it? Is very close to this back pin. I could see somebody smacking that, and who knows where it's going after that happens. And then the other thing is that because you've got that perched so much, you almost feel like you got to take that on. What have I got? I'm gonna try and hit this and see what happens. That's slow, really. Huh. Okay. I mean, I don't mind it being a precise shot because it's not a very long shot. It's just I'd hate to see somebody smoke the rock and then go who knows where. I mean, I guess it would need to be a pretty decent sized miss to hit it on the fly, but I'm just saying it's possible. Oh, it didn't come out at all. I mean, I saw it was heavy rough, but still. Alright. Make a par. Yeah, I'm not so sure about the rock. Otherwise, I like that hole. If you've been bored enough to watch any of my other videos, I typically am not hugely enamored by rocks, but here, what do we got? We got just a little bitty par 3. And what do we got green wise? So it's sloping off to the left, sloping off the front. The back, we've got it kind of feeding. Interesting. That's a nasty pin. Uphill a little bit. Again, we've got the waterfall in the background. Jeez, that just doesn't feel slow to me. It feels off today. Okay, I bet this putt's not going to be fun. It's actually not too bad. But yeah, if you're just, 6 feet short of the hole, you're gone. As the approach, I mean, you're not staying. It's a short hole though, so you can very easily argue that that's not too crazy. And the fact of the matter is here, I hit a crappy shot, so now you can chill. Oof, it almost went off. I have to admit that I didn't think that was going to go by that far. Okay. Make 3 feels like an unfortunate score on a hole of that length, but it's well designed for it being so short. Okay, par 5 here. This is just kind of narrow, and it's definitely sloping quite a bit to the left. Oh boy, and the wind's right to left. It could be fun. Just hit what should be a massive slice, but because we do this fast thing, it just goes straight down the middle. Yeah, I know it's a controversial thing that I'm doing, but I don't like it either. But it works, so I do it. Kind of neat that we're a bit more up the mountain from the big pond and everything, but we can still see it. And then there's all these trees and things on the mountain. It's a cool look. I mean, I really like this look. And then the green itself is it's bunkerless, which is completely fine. It's a short par 5, but it's narrow, and the way that the the fairway cambers is what makes it, I think. There we go. Perfect. Holy smokes. And look at that thing just slinging left. And it bounces back. Oh, this could get fun. Whoa. Chill. There's been a few times like that where it's a bit of a subtle, well, I guess it's not quite as subtle the front, but it just, yeah, just kind of seems to keep going, which is, I mean, it's making the course more difficult, which is not a bad thing. It's, yeah, a couple times that's happened where I thought that's going to be close, and then it just keeps going. Oh, nice putting line there, buddy. Oh, well. Okay. Yeah. I mean, not the strongest hole in the course, but it's a good hole. It doesn't look like this course is going to have any bad holes, so that's cool. I hope I haven't jinxed you with that. Oh, look at this. Okay. So this is way downhill, downwind. I mean, there's no way you can carry over all this stuff, surely. Although, you're 35, 37, you know, between 30, it's not 40, it's not, yeah, you're what, you're 37 yards downhill. And you're downwind. So, you could see it carrying 330. Which is still not going to get there. I'm tempted though. Just for the hell of it and to see what happens. I don't think this was the shot, but... Oh, it's going to get there. Oh, look at that. Wow. Yeah, so it's a 376 yard par 4. I only went and carried it onto the green. I guess it landed in the fringe. To go back to that, where's the fairway? It's over here, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it would have been an iron probably if I'd have laid up, and in any other wind I would have for sure, but I just was curious if it could be done, and I thought it'd be fun, so what the hell, let's give her a go. Oh, I pushed the daylights out of that thing. Okay, I gotta figure this out. This has been happening a lot lately. Okay. Yeah, on the one hand, in reviewing the course, I mean, I'm glad I took that crack at it. On another, I probably didn't play it the way you're going to play it the majority of the time, so I'm not sure how I feel about what I just did there. But it was fun, so what the hell. See here. So now we've got ourselves a par 4. Again, look, that pond thing is kind of in there. Ooh, this is rough. So the front part of the green, everything is sloping to the right. So to get it running up there is going to be tough. It's just going to filter off to the right by the looks of it. This bunker is going to be not the hugest amount of fun to be in. The wind is pushing it to the right. We're downhill. We're downhill 13 yards, so you can count. This thing could carry 200 and then hopefully skip over that. We'll see. Oh, and the wind's got that. What does it carry? It carried 202, and then it didn't even get into the bunker, which sucks. If I had been on the green, I'm not sure what would have happened there. I don't think it would have gotten back. And the other thing to remember is I've got that gap there in my bag, so I can't get overly upset when I'm left with this. Okay. Again, it's I mean, it's a good par three. That pin, I picked pin set too. Those I find a lot of courses that's the hardest one. Might be a bit harsh, but I mean I'm 5 under, so it's kind of hard to be too complain. Sorry, it's kind of hard to be complaining too much about the course being, not fair or whatever. We're still finding a way to score. I like how we've got this kind of gazebo shack thing here. I'm guessing that's to get out of the sun because it's probably pretty warm here at times. And I like how I like the routing. I like how, or at least the proximity of holes. I like how there's another hole up here. You can see so much of the property. So we've got, now is that, yeah, it is at a bounce. I was gonna say it almost doesn't matter because of the way dropping works in this, but it kind of does. So we're just gonna take it over the corner and hammer it. And we're gonna pull it, but this should help. Now don't kick too far to the right. Whoa, yeah, okay, that's fair. It was a bad shot. A very short hole for a par 5, but it's protected well in the fairway. I imagine you got to thread a needle pretty good there to get it in the fairway, and we're quite a ways uphill here too. So I'm just gonna kind of slash one up there. Let's see how much it runs. Try to just leave myself not that. Okay. Very small, like narrowish green, but for the length of hole, for it being a short par 5, and I mean if you were really concerned you could just lay up and then flip one on. Yeah, I don't mind this. It's making a short par 5, but it's making it more difficult by having death everywhere. What's going on with that waterfall there? Is that one of those water table issues I hear of? I don't know. Okay. Downhill quite a bit. Oh shoot. That wasn't what I wanted to hit. I wasn't even paying attention. I wanted that to be a splash. Oh well. Again, this is a really cool view. I mean, the waterfall being there, I know people like to make fun of those, and I'm one of them, but it does look kind of neat. Oh, you bugger. I mean, it's a hole that when you look at on the card and you look how short it is, you figure that should be a birdie, but it isn't an easy birdie necessarily. And then what do we got here? We got ourselves a decent length par 4. Narrow-ish screen, not crazy narrow. Does this one run off the back? Little bit. It does kind of narrow. Sorry, yeah, it doesn't play quite as wide as it normally would because of the right-hand side from the tee is sloping over to the left, and there's a bit of a runoff to the left of the green. Not sure what to do here. It's into the wind, but quite a ways downhill. Almost. Now, what kind of bounce is this gonna get? That's fair. Didn't really have too crazy of a bounce one way or the other. Heavy rough. Alright. Yeah, another solid hole. It's a really cool environment, and then okay, this is that hole that the par 5. So if I wish I had the ability to fly around PS4, you can't, but it looks like we're going so that way with the par 5, and then the par 3 must be back kind of in there, and then we turn around and go this way. That's pretty cool. Now here's a question. First of all, can we go over there? Yes, we can. Would we want to? Maybe not. because you're going to be going way uphill to the green if you do that. Whereas here you're going to be going a little bit uphill to the green. Do you want to hit not driver? Possibly. We're running out at 330. It's a little bit downhill. It's downwind. You could, yeah, I'm going to hit this. And I'm going to hit it terribly. And I'm going to be glad I laid up because, although I think this is bouncing in the rough. That's an awful shot. I should have just hit driver if I was going to do that. Jeez. Alright, so we've got a good lie though, but we are quite a ways uphill. If we get 90%, we're going to lose about 13 off of this. That's 123. 13, but wind help. What's the miss? Short, it's just going to get killed. Long, yeah, I think long is the miss. Just as well, I was thinking that because I barely got there, and if I hadn't gotten the extra club, I was dead. Another hole where you want to be in the fairway to have a chance to be precise into this green, which I'm okay with, especially at the length of the hole. Okay, bit of a par train going on here, but we'll live. And then long par 5 finisher, out of bounds all down the right, bit on the narrow-ish side, quite a slope as well. Into the wind, thanks. This is going to be quite a hole. So this should come back down, I hope, and hopefully not so much that it goes off the other side. Okay. And now we've only got the 234 in. Not by the green. Yeah, there's out of bounds to the right again, but and there's our clubhouse, which is really cool. I mean, for what he's trying to do, I think he's nailed it as far as the look and the environment and everything. This is really neat. This isn't getting there. There's no way. Especially not when I do that. Okay, splash this time, buddy. Atta boy. There you go. Should have a quick look at the green before I finish up. I mean, this is just a very hard hole. Into the wind. If I don't hit it up onto the mountain there, maybe I can get another 10 or 15 yards of roll out of it. Maybe I can get home. But this might be just a shade too much because I can see where you're not, I mean, especially if you're not using the driver I'm using into the wind, you might not be able to get there. So that would be my only complaint. As a par 4, it's really rough. I like the way the green, I like the look of the green complex. I like how it's kind of carved into the hillside here. The way the green sloping is, the back left there, everything's feeding towards it, so that's helping you. mean, unless you're downwind quite significantly, you're probably not going to be able to, well, you're definitely not going to be able to flow in and stop it. So you're going to need a little bit of groundwork or ground help. It's a really hard hole. All right. So we finish up. So 5 birdies, no bogeys. Pretty clean. Feel like I could have played a little bit better, but it's okay. So overall, it's a good golf. It's a really good golf course. I understand. I think it was crazy not to put it in his society. I don't know if this guy's a member of his. I mean, if he is, then it automatically goes in there. But I mean, not hard to justify him being in there either way. It's only 6,900, like it's not quite 7,000 yards, and it plays a bit longer than that, so that's well done. I mean, just really stunning looking course. The property, the jungly kind of stuff, the waterfalls. Just a very, very gorgeous golf course. And for the most part, I felt like the strategy made sense. The 18th hole is one where maybe it's a tiny bit much, but there's also been some holes in it before that have been a little bit easier, so it looked like he was going for the route of the finish, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, really strong. I imagine this will be a really strong competitor in the contest. A hell of a course. I mean, I hate to say for a rookie because it's a bit demeaning, but my God, to suggest this isn't a rookie contest is really, really cool. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next time, and make sure you give this a play.